it was Rivalry Week yesterday in college football, and I've been to. Luckily, I've been to some good football games before. Like, have had a good chance to go to like the CU back in the day in Nebraska back in the late 2000s. Got to see that rivalry. Amazing. It runs deep. It's thick. It's not the same anymore. They don't really play.
It really only runs for the past 30 years.
No, well,
Yeah.
no, they were playing in the 80s.
So, okay, I'm just gonna have to retort that because I'm the resident giant fucking CU Buffs fan.
Right.
So the rivalry between Nebraska and Colorado happened in the very end of the 80s, if anything. So it started.
They were playing before that, though.
Yeah, they were, but
Okay.
it started with Coach Mack.
Okay.
Because before Coach Mack, they were a dog shit team, kind of like they are this year.
Okay.
And, like, they weren't expected to do anything. Like, they were basically, they should just play junior colleges because they sucked so bad.
Right.
Coach Mack gets hired on. The fucking legendary Coach Mack, gospel according to Mack, best
Right.
30 for 30 ever.
It's so good.
It's so good. And when he got hired on, he's like, well, who's our rival? And all of the sports department people and everything else was like, well, we really don't have one because, like, I mean, I guess CSU, but, like, we kind of suck, so we don't really, like, have a rivalry because we don't have a good chance of beating anybody.
Right.
And he's like, I don't give a shit. And then we need a rival to, like, have a bond and a cohesive, like, point at, like, that motherfucker is, if no matter what, if we beat that motherfucker, we're going to fucking
We
win.
succeed.
We succeed.
Yeah.
And if we can do that, then we can beat other teams too.
Right.
And he looked around and he was like, well, Nebraska borders Colorado,
Right.
and Nebraska's the best team in the country.
Right.
Nebraska's our rival.
Okay.
And then he just started talking shit about Nebraska and saying how they're going to swamp on fucking Nebraska and this and that and blah, blah, blah. So he literally created a rivalry
So that's how
just to
that's
fucking
how
have
that
it.
one started.
Yeah,
Okay.
it literally started just because he was like, we need one, so I'll just go with them.
Nevertheless, legendary rivalry.
Yes.
No matter what. They're playing next year, finally, again. They're playing next
They
year.
played last year and the year before that.
But not this year.
Yeah, not this year. It
It
wasn't
needs to be
scheduled
an
for
every
this
year thing, no matter what.
Yeah.
But,
It was tough when they changed conferences. But anyway.
of course, but no matter what, it's got to happen. It's such a good rivalry. So, legendary rivalry. The other one that's fantastic, I was lucky enough to go to like 6-7 years ago. I went to the Iron Bowl, Alabama, Auburn.
There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back.
What I thought was the greatest rivalry in college football for sure, until I did some research and experienced the last couple of years, Ohio State, Michigan.
Oh.
It's got to be the greatest rivalry in
Not
college football.
Texas, Oklahoma.
It's great. It's legendary, and they always are decent programs. But Ohio State and Michigan are always amazing programs.
Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
The Egg Bowl, classic, legendary, but nothing like Michigan, Ohio State. There's nothing like it.
In college football, I'd say so, but in other sports, yes.
I don't know. It might be the best.
UNC Duke.
Yes, but it's every year. It has such a big deal every year. I watched a documentary on it. This is why I think it's the greatest rivalry in sports.
Yeah.
They had a Ohio State in the 80s, I think. I can't remember his name. Dilly, if you care enough to look him up, that'd be awesome.
Where is it?
Who won 2 Heismans at Ohio State?
Ooh, that's...
The only player ever in college football to win 2 Heismans
what
in
is
a
his
career.
name?
Oh, wait, Archie Mason.
Archie Griffin. Yeah, Archie Griffin.
Wow.
Running
that's
back
nuts.
for Ohio State.
What year was it?
That's him. I think I'm pretty sure the 80s.
God.
Click that picture.
Yeah, it looks like a while ago.
Let's see. It doesn't say. Click on the site.
Let me just do
like
this.
that.
Let me just do this. Let me go back. 'Cause it said, oh my God,
Nevertheless,
Come on,
anyway.
dude. So
54. Oh, wait, no, born
that's
in
when he was
54.
born. Anyways,
80, probably 80.
he won 2 Heismans, an accomplishment that has never happened before.
70
ever. He's the only one ever.
So
70s?
probably like 76 and 78
yeah,
or something.
75 it said.
Okay,
75.
legendary, right?
Yeah.
He said he won 2 Heismans, and in his 4 years, he won 2 Heismans, but he beat Michigan 3 times. He says beating Michigan 3 times is way better than winning those 2 Heismans. It's not even close. And And
Interesting.
I think in the 40s or 50s, Ohio State said we just got to be able to put our pants on faster than them. Was the analogy, I think.
Uh-huh.
I could be wrong.
Right.
Oh, your mic's cutting out.
No, it's okay still.
Nope.
Nope, it's not.
There we go.
We're
Now it
back.
is.
Okay.
And you're back.
Future reference. Apologize for any mic troubles that I have. We need to get new cords.
That one lone cord is having issues. But we're
Yep.
fixing it
The
this week,
lone
so
cord.
last time we're worrying about it this week. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
But they said that we got to put our pants on faster. We just got to be better at putting our pants on. That was the analogy they used back in the day. And then it became whenever you beat Michigan, you get a chain with a golden pants on it.
Oh, nice.
So he had 3 golden pants to his 2 Heismans, and he says these 3 golden pants are way better than the Heismans, not even close. So the whole week, Ohio State doesn't use the letter M. I don't know if you've seen that. all.
No, I didn't.
The whole school, the whole team, everything, every sport doesn't use the letter M. Every single building in the campus, M's crossed out, which is hysterical. So everything,
That's pretty
everything.
awesome.
It's hilarious. It's so funny. And no matter what the score is, especially if they lose, I'm pretty sure it's if they just lose, but it might just be for both. In the weight room and everywhere, they plaster the score of last year's game, and they count down. They have a timer in their locker room.
And they did it this year, so let's get it started.
Right. They have a countdown till the next game.
Damn.
That's all. They don't care about any other game. It's that game.
That's dope.
They only care about that game. And Michigan has they only care about Ohio State won't even say Michigan. They call Michigan the team up north. That's what they call them. So
Nice.
it's ridiculous.
Well, I
And
can't wait to hear AJ Hawk. Oh, fuck me. I can't wait to hear
Yeah.
AJ talk about that on
On
Pat McAfee tomorrow.
McAfee show. I know, seriously, because they were favored by almost 10 points, and it was 2 versus 3, which is amazing. I got lucky
Yeah.
enough to watch the whole game, even though I was driving. Don't recommend. But I was able to watch pretty much the whole game, and first half just back and forth. Ohio State led by 3 at the end of the first half, and Michigan just absolutely blew up because they tried to stop the run. Ohio State, they got crushed because Michigan just ran the ball through them and scored
Right.
50 points and just crushed them last year. So this year, we just stopped the run. Their 19-year-old quarterback can barely throw the ball. We're gonna whoop him,
Right.
and that's kind of how it was for the first half. And then he aired it out, and this dude just couldn't miss. He was just dropping dimes, and Ohio State ended up losing back-to-back games for the first time in 22 years. So, and
Damn.
the first time in Columbus in 22 years. So,
Damn.
big deal, huge game. Michigan's legit. I'm rooting for them, low key. Them and TCU. TCU would be really cool to go to Natty too. But, the rivalry's ridiculous. Just absolutely insane. So there's so many things. The coaches and stuff. There was one time, this coach Woody Mays. I got it. Look at that dome
Woody
piece on
Mays.
me. Not bad. Legendary
Yeah.
coach for Ohio State. His last game. I could be wrong, but I did see the video, so I know he did this. But he got so mad at a Michigan player, he just socked him right in the face in the middle of the game. That was the last
No
game he
way.
ever coached. Yep. He just socked a player.
Fuck yeah.
I know, right? So
That's pretty wild.
Bye-bye.
he hated Michigan, hated. So
Huh.
yeah, it's rivalry, and they've been played since the 1890s. So
Okay. Yeah, so
you're coming back.
Coming back. He's all right.
it's a tough
I know
one.
you just can't move. You just have to stay still.
Yeah. Yeah, so it does make you think about other rivalries though. So
What else would be close?
well, I mean, I just named off a whole bunch of ones. So
Well, in other sports, because I think college football.
I
takes the
mean,
cake.
in other sports, I would say especially 'cause I got to live right next to it, so I got to see firsthand exactly how fucking tight knit that rivalry is Duke and UNC.
No, I get it. No, I
And I
Obviously
would
it's
say
legendary.
that would arguably be worse. 'Cause the thing about there's history and everything else like that,
right.
but the difference between Duke and UNC
Right.
basketball. NC State is cool and all, and they are included into this because they're so close to those guys also.
Of course.
But it's UNC and Duke for basketball.
It is. Yep.
They are within an hour of each other.
Right.
Ohio State, Michigan, there's some distance.
It's pretty similar, but it's like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours.
Still pretty much.
It's
right
literally
there, though.
different states, but here's like it's less than an hour or so. And I know that because in Raleigh, North Carolina,
Right.
there's a bar strip. It's mostly NC State kids because
Right.
they're the closest.
Of course.
But NC State, UNC, and Duke all feed into that bar strip every weekend. So it's not like you see them from a distance and you get reminded about how much you hate them when
Right.
the game comes around. Like, it's a daily occurrence
Yeah.
where you're reminded how much you fucking hate that school.
Definitely same what goes with
Like,
Ohio State, Michigan,
Like-
for sure.
Ohio State, but like you were saying, like, they only cross out those M's the
Right.
week before. And, like, yeah, they have those, like, countdowns and everything else like that.
Right.
But it's not, like, it's a different degree. Like, it's, like, daily stories of, like, I fucking hate them, like, a personal experience. It's not reminders. It's daily experiences that tell you,
think it's-
I hate this fucking school.
I have no doubt it's the same way.
It's so fucking cutthroat. It hurts. And, like,
I believe it.
also, like, I'm sure, like, do you know how much, like, tickets sold for the Ohio State-Michigan game?
Oh, I couldn't give you a number, no.
Okay. Dilly, you should look that up. How much I don't want to tell you what to do or do anything, Dilly, but,
No,
like,
it's fine.
you
I'm
didn't
just-
even have a microphone up to your face like you were going to participate. So.
No, I'm good. Well, you continue. You got 5 minutes. Go ahead.
All right. Anyway. Yeah, because, like, I remember UNC and Duke, and it was when fucking
Tanner might be looking up actually.
No, you got it.
What was it?
fucking Zion Williams.
Prices of the Ohio State Michigan football game. Zion Williams, yep.
So Zion Williams fucking was playing for Duke
Right.
when and UNC was not bad at all either.
Right.
That season, and it was a regular season game. It was not March Madness. It wasn't anything.
It's already happened, or is this in the future?
Yeah, it already happened.
Oh my God, 4 days ago.
Yeah,
10,000.
10,000 a ticket.
Price for the game between Buckeyes and Wolverines. Is that it?
Yeah,
It's
They say-
$378 for a
Yeah,
single
that's the
ticket.
that's the average, yeah.
$378
yeah,
a single
That's
ticket.
a lot.
Yeah,
That's high demand.
Duke
baby.
UNC, that regular season game, the
Right.
average price was over $700
Oh my God.
for a regular season basketball game.
Oh my God.
Not March Madness,
No, it's the one to
not
go
the
to.
champion, not the fucking like SEE championship game. None of that. It was literally regular
You could also
season.
argue there's only like 13,000 seats versus the 110,000 seats.
True, but still
So limited quantity. But
over 500 for
No, it
a
is. It's
fucking
crazy.
collegiate game.
yeah, I know. But I'm telling you, Michigan, Ohio State, the hatred there is every day. It's the same thing. It's the only thing. Look at Ohio State's coach, Ryan Day.
Yeah,
This dude has won 93% of his games coaching there. Crazy, right? That is
Uh-huh.
fantastic.
yeah,
That's
great.
exactly what you want. If it's over 70, you're like, all right, that's what I'm talking about. That's a good program, you know? He's got 93%, and he's lost like 4 games in his entire career at Ohio State.
Yeah,
2 of them are Michigan, and they might fire him because of those 2 games. That's pretty savage.
that is pretty
Wow.
savage.
Out of all the games, he's won so many countless amazing games, but because he's lost 2 out of the 3 games against Michigan, he might get fired just because of that.
Well,
That's,
I mean, it's
shitty.
cutthroat business when you're up at the top.
Of
like
course
that.
it is. Of course, but that's how it has been for the last 100 years. If you go undefeated, there's plenty of stories of other coaches for both teams where they would go undefeated and have amazing seasons, but if you lost to Michigan or Ohio State, they cut you. And it's so savage.
Yeah, that is.
The history is like insane. There's so many iconic moments, like Desmond Howard, commentator on Game Day. He hitting the Heisman pose in the end zone in front of the Ohio State players. Legendary.
That is
I mean,
pretty
that
good.
pose live on forever. I mean, just so
Yeah.
hype. So I think it might
Deion
be.
Sanders is getting a job offer from CU to coach.
I saw that.
That's pretty dope.
That would be ridiculous.
That would be
I
ridiculous.
doubt it.
It's not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen.
But
It would be ridiculous. So, yes, you guys, tell us what you think the greatest rivalry in sports is. I'll put my money in on Ohio State, Michigan,
I'm
especially.
going UNC Duke.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's a good second. But Ohio State, Michigan is literally called the game. So, it's the game. So, and programs that have just dominated for the past 100 years. It comes down to it all the time. That game is impacts
This
on
needs
the
to
playoff.
be asked. This needs to be asked on all platforms.
Yeah.
What is the bigger one? I wholeheartedly say UNC Duke.
You tell us in the comments. And
Fired
then
up.
more comments for the next week is whoever wins, or likes, or we'll see what happens.
Yep.
But drop a comment. Let us know. EA's delaying the college football video game.
Mini hop off the Johnson.
I was Hitler. I was Hitler.